Hey spiritual rebels, welcome back to Spiritual Rebel Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a bi-weekly reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Or if this title kind of resonated with you or it drew you in, then welcome. This is for you too. So hey, we're going to be just pulling one card from this oracle deck first, and then I'll be clarifying with the tarot as well. So of course, I did pray and shuffle first off camera, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit again for you guys on camera. But hey, Gemini, I hope everything's been well for y'all. I'm just going to be tapping into the energies you should just be focusing on for the next couple of weeks for August 21st through September 3rd. But yes, I hope everything's been going good with y'all. And let's see what Spirit has for you guys today. Oh, and by the way, I did, of course, meditate on your, sorry, the video kind of cut off there, but I meditated on your energy prior to starting this reading, and I always say it's random for every person, every sign, everything that I do, but it's always random, right? It's like all random, like visions that I get, but it was really random. Like it had me even like just making the face. But anywho, basically I just seen like it was like two little kids like on a playground, like holding hands and like skipping and just like playing, and then like it was like a little boy and little girl, but you know, just plug it in however that fits for you. Girl, boy, like whatever just suits you. It's just like different characters that they kind of give me. And then at one point, like it's like the little boy kind of like kneeled down and was tying her shoes for her, and then it was like a cartoon image of like the sun, like just with a face like smiling and then like looking down on them type of vibe. So it was super like cartoony, and like, to be honest, it was really giving like Six of Cups vibes for sure from like the traditional tarot deck, as well as kind of like a little bit of like the sun energy. But I don't know, you just take that how that resonates for you, if it does, and if it ties to the reading, even better, and if not, whoever needs to hear that, that's for you. All right, let me pull a card from the oracle deck, and then towards the end we'll see what I'm drawn towards to pull from a different oracle for y'all as well. Okay, it's two, but I'm gonna only take one. Deep Knowing, card number 3. All right, I'm kind of curious to know now what was over here. Flow. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have Bodywork, card number 46, or it breaks down to a 10, and even further down to 1. All right, Gemini, so off rip, I'm kind of getting like someone getting like, so you know how they say that our intuition is, it's like our intuition is connected with us like mind, body, and spirit, right? So there's certain like sensations or certain feelings you may get physically like on your body that like your internal source is trying to just help guide you through or take hints from, like, so to speak. So even like the physical sensations of like maybe like butterflies, like how they say butterflies like in your stomach, quote unquote, or just like warning signs, or if you're not feeling as well when you're in a certain situation, or like the idea of going somewhere and you just kind of get the feeling that like you don't want to be there. I'm already getting like, follow your hunches, don't ignore those feelings and those situations. Like that all happens for a reason. That is the way that God and like your higher self kind of communicates to you to help you out in situations. And I'm also getting like I was getting like a message about hair in particular as well, but also, you know how like your hair is a part of like your nervous system. It's like an outer extension of that. So in like the African American culture specifically as well, this is something that's taught from centuries ago as well, how like the way that the hair grows, it grows towards the sun, towards the sky, like in an afro, or more just outwardly. So those are sensations. Your hair kind of is also like a form of a signal that protects, like that was just a part of like survival as well, so to speak. So like every little part of you, like physically as well, does contribute to like your intuition and it's also scientifically proven as well. I forget what the certain like nerve or the I forget what it was called, but like it's crazy because like about a few weeks ago or so, I did come across like a certain video of someone speaking of that, and he's a scientist as well, like in like the African American, like diaspora, but I'm getting a lot of physical and like intuitive sensations for you guys. So like your intuition could be super even more heightened than it usually already is. Your guides are heavily with you at this moment as well. And I'm also getting like a feeling of like confidence and like just like the way it's like you know what your next steps and like where you're headed to is going. Just trust that. Even in the picture, she looks pretty like just at peace and confident and aware just with herself, and it's like she's acknowledging and of like a past loved one. So you could also like quite literally be seeing like butterflies as well. You know, those they do represent like past loved ones that come around. So sorry, just can't. Okay, so you could recently I just got like a download about like you could have felt like someone like touched you like on your arm or just somewhere in your body where it was like knowing that you can like just see like physically, but that was like in like it it was an acknowledgement from like one of your past loved ones. You probably felt like a sensation on your arm where it was kind of like weird, like you felt like someone was touching you, but that's just them kind of like reassuring you, letting them know that they're around you as well and they're helping to guide. But just take heed and like just like listen and trust yourself. That's the biggest thing, the faith part of it. So yeah, your intuition is very heightened, but it's like you are in a position where you're getting more confident in you, like understanding like your certain ways that like your higher self is trying to speak to you, and following like your intuition and just going with your gut vibes and feelings, and like in your body is communicating with you in different ways, but just all in a matter of trying to like figure out what it's communicating with you or just to you. So don't be afraid to like quite literally like just like look things up online or watch certain videos that you can find, and like Google things as well. But and I'm also getting that you could be, it's like you know how to kind of heal yourself, or like you're listening to certain hunches, like if your body doesn't feel a certain way, or like if you've been feeling like tired like recently or just feeling away, it's like if you feel a sensation to go on a walk in nature or go run or just stretch your body, or like some of you may be doing like yoga and getting back in your like workout routine. So all those hunches, those are your guides trying to let you know just to feel better and to like release stuck energy that has been in your body. I'm getting some of you just kind of also feeling like super sluggish and super tired, and you're kind of just like rehydrating yourself, and some of you may actually quite literally be following like a new meal plan, or just being more conscientious being more conscientious of the things that you put in your body and in your mind and your spirit. So like, and like when I say mind, like I mean in the sense of like what you're watching and what you're feeding your soul, what you're listening to, who you keep around you. So you're very like taking care of yourself, mind, body, spirit. This is not just like on a physical sense, but you know that all contributes to like your day-to-day, and your input and your output, you know, just those two factors do play a part on how you move around in society, and how you feel like within yourself as well, first and foremost too. So yeah, and even in like a love sense, just always go by how you feel when you're around someone. If you feel super like anxious or like super nervous, that's not just, oh, it's the butterflies, I'm just like kind of nervous. Sometimes that can quite literally be like your body is trying to warn you to take heed to a certain person or a certain situation. Listen to your body and the sensations that it gives off to you, because that's just your higher self trying to warn you, like in most cases, against someone or against a situation that you may be getting into. And it's like, so you know how like even though like we're aware that a situation like may not be the best for us, or like we kind of smell around the hints like quite early on, like the funny quote where it's like when the red flags start turning green or start turning like yellow in your mind or whatever. But it's like it's like take it how it is at face value and don't try to always look at the potential of the situation or like give it too much of the benefit of the doubt as well. Just sometimes it's like God or the universe will kind of put things in your face, quite literally kind of test you and see if you kind of learn that certain lesson, or if you're willing to get back on the hamster wheel, so to speak, and get and just like repeat that same cycle, or are you ready to get off of that and move on and move forward. So that's quite interesting there. Let me pull from the tarot deck and see how this contributes to your what for you guys to focus on. And of course, again, I already shuffled, but I'm gonna shuffle a little bit again for y'all on camera. That's interesting, Gemini. I'm like, y'all really got y'all senses on like full blast right now. So good for you for also trusting yourself and just like stepping in that energy of empowerment and confidence. Yeah, but also for sure take those certain moments to, if you keep just feeling the need to like be outside or just be out like in nature, or to move your body in like any different way that you like or see fit, or do those things and don't be afraid to do so. And I'm also getting like a random message of like, you know, even when you give of yourself like sexually, or have like a sexual exchange with a certain person too, you know, sex is deep. Like it's deeper than, I know how like our society kind of makes it so casual and just like whatever, but oh yeah, I keep getting sex just for y'all, but like yeah, this is on point. But you're carrying that certain energy, but just be mindful of, oh Lord, let me put this back, this is a lot. Be mindful of who you're giving energy to or you're receiving energy from as well, because you're carrying that energy, good or bad. I'm seeing some of y'all trying to practice more like celibacy as well, and I keep getting like purity, I don't know, but I mean, obviously like no judgment, but you're trying to like, you're being more conscientious of that and how it is deeper on a spiritual level and how that does have an effect on you as an individual. But yeah, it's okay, but just hold out, like you got it until you feel like you'll know. That's all I have to say with that. You'll know. Keep your boundaries and your standards firm. Like that's okay. Okay. You see, you're trying to come out already. Okay. So we got the Hangman, Six of Pentacles, Temperance, and bottom of the deck we have the Five of Pentacles. I'm gonna put this here. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get my light together here. Okay, so like off rip, I'm getting that you could be recently coming out of a place where you just probably felt like, you know, God, universe, like whatever you believe in has essentially kind of been putting you like in a timeout, so to speak. Not really not in like a sense of being in trouble, but just kind of to pull back and gain perspective and to allow yourself to receive downloads right now and different like messages of like guidance to just to take heed to, and to, you've been going through like probably like not just a breakdown, but like a breakthrough and like an awakening. You know, we go through like many of those in our life. Like it's a process, right? It just doesn't stop. Not only like one time you'll experience that. So maybe you've come out of a place of like just like isolation, and you're trying to get back like your grounding and your footing, but it's almost like you began to just like to understand, to trust, and to surrender to like a higher power and to source, to surrender to just what they're trying to do for you right now. So it's like that certain like expression where it's like, this is not like, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. So it's almost like essentially kind of just shifting at like that certain like mindset of like a victim mentality, more so like, you know, and like you're conquering and like you're receiving and you're allowing for these for these things to kind of help you to like level up and to grow. And you're receiving like a lot of like knowledge, and you're taking in things, so you're like a sponge at the moment, and you're coming out of that to now in a more like understanding like more balance. Like balance is like heavy and key here right now in your circumstances, and it's going to be a better theme. You're gonna like almost like you're gonna like master it soon. So what probably even spurred you into that process of like awakening and like the breakthrough, of course, is probably having like experienced a time where you just kind of, it was a more difficult time and period that you're coming out of. So a lot of things have been going on at once, a lot of it on your mind. You kind of felt just shaky and like not as grounded, so you're kind of like getting your footing back as well. And you kind of felt stuck at certain points, but of course we're never stuck, right? We're just, sometimes we just gotta slow down, gain perspective, and then like come back in more ready and more equipped for the next chapter, right? So coming out of a state of lack, and you might have had a loss quite literally as well. So you're healing, and you're learning how to compromise and to give of yourself, as well as being like receptive to things and to people. And it's like, I'm hearing like you're practicing like heavy gratitude, so you're so appreciative of like the smallest of things, you know, like the earth around you, and like the earth beneath your feet, like the pavement you walk on, the ground you even like walk on. Like I'm getting that it's almost like you're doing like grounding like activities almost. So even if like you're barefoot outside or like in the grass, or allowing yourself to kind of step in and be in tune with earth and like Mother Gaia is heavy right now. So when I think of that, I do think of the greenery and the just the artwork as well here. You're just trusting God and the universe and like higher forces to guide you towards like a deeper sense of like healing. This is beautiful. Like it's very deep right now. So you're going through like this transformation essentially too. And you're almost going to reach like a certain level of peace within yourself. And of course, temperance is here. So you're learning to like temper yourself, mind, body, and spirit. And you're understanding this certain concept of like unconditional in every sense too. But the key thing is you're surrendering, you're trusting, and you're coming out of that, and you're healing, and you're balancing. Something could have had a toll on you, like, you know, when you have certain periods of time where your mental is overactive, or like your spirit feels kind of drained, like that has an effect in turn on your actual physical body, like that'll show up in those forms. But now you're coming out of that, and you're learning how everything has a tie and has an effect, like just for every cause there's an effect, and how it all ties together. And you're learning how to just be more balanced, and not like just not to like wear yourself out and have too much heavy of an effect on yourself in that way. If you experience like a separation, a breakup as well in the love sense, you did have to take that time out to kind of regroup and to just like analyze the situation, and to pray, and to get grounded and get back in your spiritual work, or in your like prayers, to kind of help you gain perspective of the situation that you came out of as well. And you're now becoming more empowered from that place, and you're taking your power back, and you learn like the balance. But the ego is also in process of like stripping itself, right? Because it's not in a part to where you get almost too like overzealous, so to speak, but you learn how to temper that part in you. So these are huge, beautiful changes. I'm going to pull from the healing mantra deck and see what healing message you need to hear, since this obviously had a heavy focus on your healing at the moment. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Messing up my whole setup here. Yeah, that's dope, Gemini. Just patience. Be patient. Like you're learning patience, but be patient with yourself as well, first and foremost. And just trust, continue to surrender and trust this whole process. It's almost like, I guess that certain my imagery, like the vision that I got like prior to this reading, is just like nurturing like your inner child and just being pure and delicate, and being patient with yourself, and also reparenting as well, like relearning and surrendering yourself to higher forces to kind of help instill that knowledge in you too. But yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, let's see. But you see, the sun is with you wherever you go. It's going to shine down upon you regardless of the fact. Came from a dark place, but it gets brighter. It gets better. I promise. So just practice being, and this one's sticking out like crazy. Polishing my heart. That's cute. That's beautiful. Not cute. That's beautiful. Practice certain creative hobbies that kind of put you in like a meditative state, where that helps with doing like intuitive exercises, because like when you're doing like what you love like mindlessly, you're growing and strengthening your personal like intuition as well. Okay, this one. One more, please. This one more. Oh, that one flipped over. Okay, the gratitude, allowing appreciation. Okay, this is dope. Okay, let's see. So we got polishing my heart, dissolving judgments, and allowing appreciation. If I can get this. Okay, let's read the back of the card. So for polishing my heart, feeling is a power that helps me heal. So yeah, you're feeling like mind, body, and spirit right now, and you're just surrendering to them guiding you to healing yourself, mind, body, and spirit level right now. So you are coming from a place where you're finding your footing again, and just polishing your heart, and just start having like a fresh new start, like essentially. So that's beautiful. Dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. That part. So just be conscientious of you and yourself in the path that you walk on in your journey. You know, you can observe other things in people and those around you, or like maybe even those that you care about as well. But just understand that you ultimately control your own actions towards things that happen around you, but not others, right? You have to give each other the space and the grace to kind of learn and grow. But that's amazing. Allowing appreciation. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Yeah, so you're just having the utmost gratitude from the simplest things, like I mentioned earlier, of just like the world around you, the things that give you life. And it's like, you know, God and the universe has just essentially been just trying to help pulling you out of that certain dark space for a second, to reground you so you can understand the things around you that you never want to take for granted, and you're having like a deeper connection to the earth and people and the situations that you've been put in, or those who you've been blessed to cross paths within your life as well right now. So that's amazing, Gemini. I really hope and pray these messages help you on your path and your journey towards clarity, healing, and to receive more inspiration from it. But thank you again for tuning in. So I would appreciate you guys. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow. And yeah, until next time. Bye, Gemini.